Good afternoon and welcome back to another Money Not Math conversation. For those of you who enjoy listening and or watching my videos, I apologize for such a long delay. Life has been absolutely crazy for me over the last month or so, starting out with my grandpa falling ill, my wife getting put on bed rest, and my daughter being born on August 20th. So after that, I took a couple weeks off and I came back full time today. So I appreciate your patience, and I appreciate you, as always, taking the time to listen and or watch my Money Not Math conversations. Hopefully today's brings you value. Today, I'm reading an article, or I guess I'm analyzing an article titled How to Survive as a Retiree in a Down Market, written by Rachel Hartman on money.usnews.com. And I think before I even get into hers, what reading this reminded me of is the biggest issue that I believe financial planning traditionally has overall. All right, so financial planning traditionally overall is so dependent on the stock market, which I know is pretty much up recently, that we get so focused on rate of return, we don't take enough time, or most people don't spend enough time understanding how are they going to actually spend that money when they're in retirement. And even though market fluctuations like the one we felt with the coronavirus chaos, and the one we might feel with the upcoming election, and that we felt back in 2016 and 2008 and then early 90s, is even when we're growing our money through our 401ks and our retirement accounts, and the market fluctuates, it hurts. But when we're in retirement and the market fluctuates, it hurts a lot more. So where I'm going with this is rather than waiting until we're in retirement to try to figure out how we're going to withstand down markets, wouldn't it make sense to have a plan in place to withstand down markets and market fluctuations before we retire? So rather than being a victim to market fluctuations, we can actually maybe take advantage of market fluctuations while we're working and enhance our retirement income regardless of how the market does once we're in retirement. All right, so those are just some things that I would challenge you on. And if the idea of having a strategy in place that maximizes your retirement income, decreases your market risk, and decreases your tax liability is interesting to you, I definitely recommend giving me a call or reaching out so we can have a conversation. Now, we might find that it makes sense for us to work together, or you can stick with the person you're already working with. But trust me when I say it's going to be a whole lot easier for you and your family if you plan for market volatility before you're in retirement, rather than waiting to see what might happen once you're in retirement. All right, so now to get to the article, which again, like I said, if you plan properly, and I know it's not easy, so I'm not preaching here, but if you have a strategy in place to withstand market fluctuations and actually take advantage of them before you retire, a lot of this article doesn't apply to you, but in case it does, I'll go through and tell you what she says. All right, so she says, like I said, how to survive as a retiree in a down market. With the coronavirus pandemic causing fluctuations in the stock market, many people fear an extended economic downturn. It can be especially nerve-wracking if your portfolio valuations are down or your retirement income is less than you planned for. Follow these financial to-dos to get through a market decline. First, eliminate unnecessary costs. So whether that's having less fun or canceling, whatever it may be, just try to eliminate unnecessary costs. Second, adjust your thermostat, she says. So either have your house warmer or cooler than you like it to be. Third, save on healthcare, which can be hard if you are aging and have health issues. We may need more healthcare coverage. Fourth, exercise for free. So she says, rather than paying for a gym membership, exercise for free outdoors or at your home. Number 5, negotiate with lenders. So sometimes banks will be willing to let you pay just interest on your loans rather than principal, or you can renegotiate the loan or restructure the loan. Another thing to keep in mind is if it's not important to you to keep your house after you pass away, whether it's to pass it on to your kids or otherwise, there's also sometimes the option to reverse mortgage your house, where the mortgage company actually pays you to live in your home. All right, so that's something to consider as well if you need more income. Put off projects, of course, don't spend unnecessary money. Be diligent about your discounts. Look for veteran discounts or senior citizen discounts, whatever it may be. Check your investment fees. This is really big, both while you're working and accumulating your wealth, but also in retirement. A lot of people are losing a lot more money than they realize to investment fees. So make sure you're aware of what those fees are and what your alternative options can be. Move to a cheaper place. There's nothing wrong with downsizing in retirement, and spend time with family, because oftentimes family time doesn't cost as much as vacations and things like that. So, like I said, the best way to survive as a retiree in a down market is to have a plan before the market goes down. So build your plan accordingly, build your strategy accordingly. If you don't have someone already that's talked to you about how to do that, that you trust, I recommend giving me a call. I'd love to have that conversation. Now that I'm back to work and learning how to balance life with an infant. But if you already are in retirement and when the market corrects itself again, there are some decent ideas in this article for you to consider. So please let me know what you think about this conversation. As always, I really appreciate your feedback, whether that's through a comment, a like, or a direct message. I really do appreciate it. It lets me know what you're thinking, as well as that people are listening. Otherwise, if you're willing to share with a friend, that's always great. And I hope you have a great rest of your day. Thanks for your time, and I'll look forward to, again, conversating with you soon. And thanks. Bye.